I was happy. Then he came and started robbing my bank and took every single dollar that I had. And then he kept robbing my overdraft fee. What the fuck? He single-handedly crashed the economy. Everything was so expensive. We had to pay for air. Clap your hands. That maniac saved us from a doomsday event. Wow, how great. Yeah. Then the government legally allowed him to just keep stealing our money. That maniac hasn't been to Los Santos in 30 years. But he's got so much money, his mechanic still has a job! He had left 30 years ago. He has not come back. There's been no signs of him. But the government still hasn't forgiven my debt. I still owe $985 million to the bank from the money he stole. How in the fuck? This country spends tens of billions of dollars on the military, which seems like a lot. Do you realize that maniac's spending $40 billion on his own army? And he's the only person in it? What the fuck? Do you understand how difficult it is to maintain the peace between China and America? Well, I have some maniac robbing a Chinese-owned casino 78 times a day? This maniac's so damn rich, I had to sell him a hangar in the military base at Fort Zancudo. The bad part is, he has more weaponry in there than the entire base! How in the fuck? I tried to hit him with one of those black flying Doritos that we own. Yeah, until a radar found a plane on top of it, and it was him! How in the fuck? Apparently the media thinks I'm doing a bad job because I don't make that maniac pay taxes. How do you pay taxes on stolen money? That doesn't even make sense! Like, bitch! The only good thing about him being in this country is that no country threatens us anymore. We just have a loose attack dog with a flying motorcycle, and guess what? A damn submarine! The other day, I'm walking to Cluck and Bell, trying to get me a little three-piece, and out of nowhere, I get shot with an orbital cannon. Who owns that besides the government, man? He was driving by me, right? Hit my car full speed, totaled it, and then his car turned into a spaceship and flew off. Who is this guy? How much money does he have? Walking past the guy, I said, hey, how you doing? He pulled a minigun out of his cheeks. How does he even hold it? That casino has been robbed 40 times this week, and it keeps going. I know it's him. Finally saved up, got me a nice little Mustang, and I was taking it for a drive in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, then he got shot by rockets by a guy on a flying motorcycle. He's got a private military on speed dial. He owns 4 different tanks. 4, okay? We live in Los Santos, man, not Texas. I saw him driving his Lamborghini, right? He got out, put a C4 on it, walked away, blew it up, called it another Lamborghini. Just take it back to your garage, man. That maniac that runs around robbing everyone and committing thousands of crimes every second? Yeah, we know that maniac does that.
But we cannot do anything because he has more money than us!
You want me to just arrest that guy? Really?
Yeah. The guy who owns a damn satellite with an orbital cannon attached to it!
This maniac has so much money that he pays a mechanic $50 a day.
And the guy has the power of teleportation! He calls a car, and it's there in 5 seconds!
At the FIB, we legit thought this maniac was just stealing everything. No, he actually buys everything legit.
He just bought a $15 million submarine on a credit card! What the fuck?
I'm on patrol just eating a donut when all of a sudden a car comes flying by me at 500 miles an hour. I try to call it in. They say this guy does not exist. He's off the radar. This maniac has committed so many crimes. They told us don't even bother arresting him. Bitch, it's on sight. One day this maniac came up to my car, ripped me out, hit me with a golf club, and stole my cruiser. Bitch. You know, we impounded his car one day. You know what this maniac did? Called an airstrike on our depot and stole his car back. Don't even get me started on the casino. We have to respond to this maniac robbing it every single day. I don't know who the hell works on his car, but he hit me one time so hard, my car exploded, his didn't even get a scratch. Let me tell you about Batman's arsenal. He has a flying motorcycle with rockets. How do I compete with that? I don't even bother trying to pull him over when he runs a red light. It's pointless. He's just gonna run away and call some dude named Laster. This guy's been evading us since 2013. I know where he lives. I just can't arrest him. We invited that maniac over to the island. I even patted him down. But I didn't find anything. You wanna know why? Because he keeps all his miniguns up his ass! I don't know what Marvel superhero trained this maniac, but he took out every single one of my guards with a golf club! I thought I was rich. No, you should see him! You know how he gets to my island? Yeah, submarine! My guards are ex-military. They are trained on this. They know what to do. But when this maniac comes, he makes him look like that blue blob from that one movie! Last Tuesday, this maniac robbed me, went into my main house. I had this thing about this long. What was that? He's robbing me again! I don't know how he does it. I spent years acquiring these original paintings. Yeah, and he sells them in 5 minutes to unknown people! I had my men investigate this maniac for me, yeah. Turns out he has a regular bank account that every 15 minutes, 1.5 million appears, and they don't question the fact that he has $9 quadrillion! Morning coffee looking out my window at this weirdo's house when I see a glimpse of his computer. He's watching me through my damn light bulb! They don't even have cameras! I'm telling you, I think my neighbor Lester's the one doing these casino heists, because I swear to you, every day they rob it, this man is at his house throwing a party! Kinda coincidental! I thought Lester was weird, until his buddy came over driving a post-apocalyptic vehicle with saws on the front! The other day, that weirdo came over to my house and drank some pisswasser with me, and then this dude got so wasted, he told me he had $1 billion in his bank account. From what, bitch? You can't... That weirdo is so paranoid, he has fake barking coming from a speaker at his front door. Just get a dog! Last Tuesday, I saw him fall down the stairs. Best Tuesday of my life. He must have no friends, because one day I'm on the phone with my girlfriend, and I say something funny, and I heard 2 laughs! He was listening to us! The other day, he invited me over saying he was gonna have some chicks over. I said, let's go, bro. We get over there. He turns on the TV. Buddy hacked into the webcam to a mom support group. What? I robbed the Union Depository, the place that they said was impossible to rob. Yeah, I thought I was tough. Until I found out that maniac robs the most heavily guarded island on the planet by himself! Last Tuesday, I was sitting outside my trailer having a beer when I look up and I see that maniac flying, whatever the hell this thing is, getting chased by 9 military jets! I used to think that I was a twisted maniac. No, I did a couple missions with that maniac. I gave up everything, moved to Los Santos, and became a freaking yogi! I'm ranked as the number 200th most dangerous criminal on the planet. You wanna know where that maniac ranks? Every spot above me! I thought it was crazy that I drove a crop duster into the back of a Merryweather cargo plane. No, that's not crazy. This maniac, for fun, will jump the wall into the military base, fight them for 10 minutes, just to steal a jet, just to blow it up 5 minutes later! What the fuck? I told Ron, you need to stop calling this maniac so much. But he didn't until one day that maniac had enough, ran into his house in the middle of his radio show, and beat Ron's ass. I've been his yacht captain for about 4 years now. You know how many times I've seen him? None! He never comes to the damn boat! I've been off the coast of Polito Bay since 2019, and I know this maniac exists because I see him when he goes into that damn house he owns on the coast. Last Tuesday, I got real excited. I saw this maniac driving Finn McMissile under the water towards the yacht. He came up to the surface, threw a sticky bomb on board, blew up his own helicopter, and turned around. What the fuck? I don't know what miscommunication happened, but this maniac called some random chick named Cheetah onto the boat. Best 9 seconds. One Tuesday afternoon, this maniac called me and said, hey, what color's my boat? You don't know what color your damn $15 million yacht is? This maniac pays me $10,000 a day, okay? I've spent $1 million on his credit card, and he's never said anything, okay? I'm about to just steal the boat and go live abroad, and I bet you he'll never know it. Maniac owns a hangar in the airport, okay? All he has to do is come to the gate, and I'll let him in. But no, you know how he gets in the airport? He takes the damn ramp we have out front! Every time there's a helicopter with a machine gun on it. You know what this guy does? Before the propellers even start spinning, he's shooting the machine gun! Every time this maniac gets the cops on him, he comes to the airport and starts driving in circles, and somehow they lose him! And guess who gets in trouble? Me! Last Tuesday, this maniac actually came to the gate, so I let him in. He stopped his car, got out, and beat me up! Bitch! This maniac must be loaded, okay? Because you know what he has in his hangar? A solid gold helicopter. And guess what? He doesn't even fly it! I once saw this maniac trying to hit a barrel roll 3 inches off the ground. You know what this maniac does every time he ramps into the airport? He steals the jet that's in the hangar right next to me, drives it to his hangar, not fly, and then blows it up. And guess who's gonna pay for it? Me! So you want me to believe that from your nightclub and your arcade business, you made $1.5 million this year? Really? Really? Because it just doesn't seem like that to me, because here, you know, what about your 10 $1 million properties? How do you afford that, huh? Or let me do one better. How about your $15 million yacht you have parked off the coast of Paleto Bay, huh? How about that? No, you don't have an answer for that? Okay. What about your damn submarine? Who owns a submarine? Okay, who? And you have a full-on employee in there. I don't even know if that guy's touched land in the past 40 years. What about, your hangar in Fort Zancudo, huh? You do that with $1.5 million? Yeah. What about the Maze Bank Tower, huh? Yeah, did you flip a coin, get it from a claw machine? How do you own that one with $1 million? Huh? What about, last but not least, your RO-86 Alcanost, huh? The one that drops damn cluster bombs! What about that? Why don't you tell me, huh? Because what are you not telling me on this tax bill? Pleasure doing business with you. I'll make sure that all your write-offs go through and you don't pay a dime in taxes. Oh, what's up, Mr. Maniac? Listen, you know, I haven't made money in like 3 weeks, so I have literally $0. Wait, you're not coming here to rob me? Oh my God, bro, are you serious? Bro, you're gonna make me cry, bro. I really appreciate this, man. I really, really appreciate this. What can I do for you? Oh, meteorite bars? Psh, no problem, man. Here you go. What else you want? P's and Q's? Psh, don't worry about it, my guy. You want piss water? Hey, I thought you did. Here you go, bro. Hey, what about some redwood? You want some? Ah, bro, I got you, man. Hey, bro, it's been a while, man, you know. I was kind of missing, you know, seeing you around, but I see you in that mansion up in the hills, so you definitely don't need to rob me anymore. Wait, bro, I thought you said you weren't going to rob me. Oh, for memories? I mean, okay, that's not bad, but, like, you know, the only money I have is the one you gave me, and it's not in cash, so I don't know what you want me to do. Oh, my God, please, okay. Here you go. I'm a Barbie. You have shoes on. Take them off. If you have a belt on, take it off. Oh my God, sir, listen. Is it okay if I take you aside for a pat down? The machine's going crazy. I can't even see what you have on your body.
5 minutes later.
All right, I'm gonna read you this itemized list of everything we found after the pat down. 10 pistols, gold brass knuckles, 7 ARs, a broken glass bottle, 2 RPGs, a grenade launcher, 5 shotguns, a pink mini Uzi, a golf club, minigun, laser minigun, and keys to a submarine. Where you going, buddy? What do you need this arsenal for? Because let me tell you something. It's July. It is not Black Friday, bro. Walmart is not trampling right now. No answer. Really? I'm going to have to place you under arrest. Why the hell do you punch so hard?
A few moments later.
That morning back of this maniac punched me so hard I got 3 plastic surgeries, and now he called in a tank. I don't even know where he got it from. Oh my God, he's pointing it at me. Please send help. I used to live a nice, comfortable life until that maniac moved to Los Santos, and he caused the inflation to go up so high I couldn't even afford to wipe my ass. Last Tuesday, I saw this maniac walking out of the gas station, fall over, and he dropped some money, so I went to go get it. You know how much he dropped? Absolutely! The maniac figured out I was the one that took his $98,000. Guess what he did? He called a mugger on me, he called mercenaries on me, threw an airstrike at me, and to put the cherry on top, he shot me with an orbital cannon! Do you understand how hard it is to live in a place where chocolate bars are $200? I can't afford anything! You wanna know how much that maniac hates me? He gave every other homeless person in Los Santos $1 million. Yeah, then he bought all the homeless shelters and turned them into clucking bells. Bad idiots at that maniac's taxes.
Oh, I did,
Okay,
sir.
you filed for him that he made $400,000 and his only source of income was an arcade. Okay, it's 2025. Who goes to an arcade? Secondly, he made $400,000, yet he bought every mansion that just went up for sale. You want to answer that for me? How does that work, huh?
I don't know.
You gave him a write-off for 100,000 miles of him driving, right? From his arcade to the casino. What do you think he was doing? Huh? He went to go gamble? Huh?
I mean, probably.
He robbed it every freaking time! This is coming back on me, bro! I'm losing my job! You know how bad this makes me look? He bought every mansion! Cash! There isn't even a bank statement!
Boss, I didn't know, man. I'm sorry.
I'm done for, bro! They're deporting me to Vice City! It's unbelievable, bro! It's all your fault! $400,000! Finish investigating that maniac like you said. I figured out why we have no chance against him, okay? We thought he just had connections to people. No, that's just scratching the surface. He has an RO86 Alcanaz. You know what that is? No, you probably don't, because there's only one in the world, and he owns it. You know where it's parked? In the military base, because he bought a hangar. Yeah, you want to know what's special about the plane? Has unlimited bombs that he can drop wherever he wants, okay? Then, we've seen pictures of it, but the flying motorcycle basically makes him Superman, okay? That's the closest thing to
That
it.
doesn't seem like a lot. I think we still have a chance to stop him.
You really think we can still stop him? Okay, he has a Back to the Future car that can fly. Oh, and by the way, has rockets. He has a car that is basically Finn missile from Cars. Okay. Oh yeah, he has a garage filled with cars that have chainsaws and saws on the front of it. Okay. Oh, get this, an armored limousine. Yeah, with a minigun on top. Oh. This is my favorite part of the investigation, boss. You thought he was still stoppable. He has a bunker. Yeah. With access to a satellite he owns that has a orbital cannon. Boss, we have no chance. Just give it up. Give him the city. I upcharged that maniac by 1,000%, and he still buys stuff, bro. I don't care if he's terrorizing the world. I love that guy. This maniac was telling me about this Lester guy who takes 50% of his cuts. Oh, no, if that was me, I'd beat the shit. I used to be a struggling gun store on the verge of bankruptcy. Now, I'm a billion-dollar corporation who services one guy. That maniac. My diet consists of baked flamin' hot Cheetos. Yeah. And this maniac goes through more ammo than I do chips. Every hour this maniac's coming in to buy body armor. I don't know who he fights, and frankly, I don't care. I buy those body armors for $4. He comes in, buys them for 25 grand. I'm a happy mother. Last Tuesday, this maniac came in and told me he's about to spend more money than how much he's about to rob from the casino. I don't know what this maniac does, but he goes through sticky bombs like the flavor of Hubba Bubba gum, okay? Instantly gone. This maniac called me the other day saying his car got blown up by an orbital cannon. Buddy, who are you beefing with, the Avengers? I don't even know if what we do is legal, okay? He broke into the military base and stole a jet, and then called me saying they blew up his car. Well, no shit! Yeah, he's the best customer ever. We have to spend billions of dollars fixing this dude's supercars for him to pay us like $1,000. What the fuck? One day this maniac called me talking about his car got blown up by a tank. I said, buddy, we can't afford that. He walked into my office and robbed me. I didn't even know this was possible. He must be friends with Bruce Wayne because I swear to you, he has a car that is legit a submarine. And he blew it up one time, and apparently we fixed it for $2,000. He's called us so much that he just skips through the whole conversation. He knows the process. One day I'm watching Weasel News as this man is running from the cops. I get a call from him mid-chase telling me to repair his car and put it around the corner. I had to do it, man. This maniac doesn't even try to hide it anymore. He used to be careful. Now he's worth $8 trillion and makes $1.5 million every 15 minutes. You know, last Tuesday the FIB came to seize his bank account. Yeah, you know what this maniac did? He called mercenaries and there was a shootout in front of the bank. I've been watching Weasel News and they'll be talking about how the casino just got robbed for $3 million. Yeah, guess who just got a deposit for $3 million? The maniac! Oh, you want to talk about assets? Yeah. He owns